Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Tuesday, February 4th. Tonight I am joined by Pigoy at TCF Pigoy and Mitch Prentice at Mitch R. Prentice on Twitter. If you want to follow me, it's at ZLilja, LILJA, The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook is Typical Chicago Fans. Find us on there. Follow us. We put all of our podcasts and all of our YouTube videos on there. Go to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans, subscribe on there, watch the videos, comment on the videos, like the videos, let us know what you think of all the videos. Like I said, today I'm trying some stuff different. I'm trying to cut up the show a little bit. So our Super Bowl preview from last night, our Super Bowl recap from last night is a little bit of a separate video, and I'm also going to start doing that for just random stuff that we do on here, starting to shorten up the videos, maybe make it a little bit quicker for people to watch just whatever they want to. So you go on there and let us know, give us some feedback, what you think of the videos, what you think we should do with some of the videos, and also podcast, wherever you get your podcast from. Type in Typical Chicago Fans, subscribe, follow, rate, review, let us know what you think also on there with a nice little review. But shout out to The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyotter.com. I got my beautiful mug right here. If you want one just like this, go on to themuddyotter.com with the beautiful TCF logo, Muddy Otter on the bottom. Facebook and Instagram is where you can follow them. Mitch, any updates on The Muddy Otter?
Not right now. I'm actually just finishing up an order for your family.
Yes,
so,
my mother has said that, so that's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'll have more to report on that soon. But no, other than that, we're just kind of chugging away, kind of finally getting back in the groove of creating things, and yeah, I mean that's about it for now.
To go check out The Muddy Otter, themuddyotter.com. Also, Score Trader. The Iowa caucus, Mitch said, is going on right now. You can trade, sell and trade candidates on there for the Iowa caucus on the Score Trader app, where you can go on the Apple Store, type in Score Trader, download the app, make an account, just play for fun. It's not for money, so you're just kind of playing for fun there, getting used to how to use the app, trading candidates, selling candidates, how that kind of goes, and who you think is going to win and who kind of has the better value or not. Tomorrow, Boomy will be, we'll have him play it a little bit and see how he kind of thinks of it and what he'll come back and give us a review of how that goes, and also maybe kind of explain what's kind of going on with the Iowa caucus here. But shout out to Score Trader, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow them on there. Also go to the Apple Store, type in Score Trader, download the app, make an account for free, have some fun. But we got to get into our first topic today because sadly, yesterday was Sunday was the last day for football. Our final NFL thoughts here. We had the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Andy Reid getting his first Super Bowl. He had, like what I said, 222 career wins, and this is his first Super Bowl win. So that's just kind of the cherry on the top of a great coaching career, is finally getting that Super Bowl. I think he had multiple cheeseburgers last night. Well deserved for him.
Couple of double cheeseburgers.
A double.
Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes, I looked it up today. He is younger than me by about, I think he was born the same year as me, but like 7 months after. It's like, oh my gosh, that's nuts. He was Super Bowl MVP yesterday. Gets his first Super Bowl, and I mean, you look to the future. Where is this team going to be stopped? Travis Kelce will be there for a while. They're going to kind of have this core for a while. They're going to have Patrick Mahomes for a long time, and it's looking. If you're a Chiefs fan, you're happy for the future, and if you're the 49ers fan, you're kind of confused of you got to the Super Bowl. But your quarterback that you are relying on, that you kind of paid some money to, didn't come up in the moments when you really needed him to in the Super Bowl. Mitch, I'll let you go first. Final thoughts on the Super Bowl itself, and just also, I need to also figure out what you guys thought of the halftime show too.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I wanted to first touch on what you just said there about talking about Jimmy G. You know, he definitely kind of sucked in the last 20 minutes of the game or whatever. But, you know, honestly, I was just pretty underwhelmed by the 49ers, like, whole attack plan there to finish it off. I mean, you're up by 10, and all of a sudden you just go pass heavy. I did not understand
Yeah, I did not get that either.
all.
It's like run the ball. Tyrann Mathieu pretty much said when they started throwing the ball, it helped us was because we couldn't stop their run game. Like, you want the clock to keep ticking, tick, 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 as Chris Berman would say. And you're going to go out there and throw it with a guy who had 8 passes in the first game. Why would we go and change up the whole game plan? Guys, I'm sorry to kind of go away from this. It kind of just popped into my head here. What were your thoughts on you saw? Was it the general manager? He was calling the timeout at the end of the first half because they wanted to maybe try and get a score there, but they kind of just let the game go and go right into halftime with no score, not really even tried to score. They had the offensive pass interference, which people keep saying is. I argue against that. I think it was a tough call. But I didn't think that they really executed in a way where a Super Bowl winning team would do. Like, what are you doing there? Why are you not trying to get the most points you can at every moment? Yes, you had the ball coming out of the half, but what if you could have at least gone down there and got 3 more points? That's such a big difference in the game. And I just thought that was a big mistake on Kyle Shanahan's part.
Yeah, like when you played not to lose as a head coach, it's pretty obvious. Like, the viewers can see that you're playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And that was evident at the end of the first half. It was evident at the end of the game. Like, the 49ers were up 10 points, and they took the ball out of the running back's hands, and they, like, tried to let Jimmy G light a victory. Like, you can't – if you're the 49ers, you got to the Super Bowl by not having Jimmy G have to do too much. And then you get, you know, you're up, and then you get tied, then you're down a little bit, and like Jimmy G is not going to throw you into a game.
No, and
the running game is going to keep you in the games.
Yeah, rely on your offensive line who has gotten you to the Super Bowl in that moment, and then you're going to go away from your whole game plan, pretty much the whole playoffs. Like, what are you doing? Why change it all in a moment where you can just keep going with the flow and most likely win this game? But no, we're going to start throwing the ball.
What got them there.
Yeah, we're going to start throwing the ball, stop the clock, and give the ball back to the Chiefs. Like, it was just a horrible game plan there in the second half for an offensive coach who is always praised for how good his offensive schemes are and how he goes out there and he coaches his team up so well. And in that second half, it did not look like that.
Well, and here's the thing. This same coach had a 25-point lead against the Patriots.
He has now blown the 2 biggest fourth-quarter leads in Super Bowl history.
Yeah. So he can get you there, but when it comes down to crunch time, can he, you know, put the nail in the coffin? I don't know.
I think a kind of more, you know, I think that's for all those reasons that we're saying right now is why I don't put a ton of blame on Jimmy G. He wasn't great. I don't think anybody's going to deny that. But, you know, you got to call the game right. I mean, it really comes down to that. I mean, I think if they would have taken, you know, half of what they did passing and turned it into runs, that might have been a completely different end of the game. I don't know. And if I was a 49ers fan, I'd still have a lot of optimism going into next year.
You got
I don't
know. George Kittle, who is young, Jimmy Garoppolo, young running backs who the guy had is it Morse the
Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, he had former Bear had the most rushing yards in 49ers history in the NFC Championship game. So there's a lot to look forward in that. But you also realize that you kind of wasted a moment it's almost, I hate to always bring it back to this, but it's one of those things you look at it and you're the 49ers. No one got hurt throughout the season. You kind of stayed away from injuries and stuff. And same kind of thing with the Bears did with the Eagles. And you look at it and you go, oh, we got all this time. And I understand the quarterback's way different. Jimmy Garoppolo is way better than Mitch Trubisky. I'm not going to say that. But you never know when you're getting back in that moment. You know what I mean? It's just tough to get to the Super Bowl. And you want to take care of that moment. And you had that game. It's not like you were coming from behind and almost came back. You had that game, and you gave it up. You gave it back to the Chiefs.
Right. And like to Mitch's point, like your bread and butter all year was to play good defense and rush 4 pass rushers and get home, which they did, and to run the ball. And to not have Jimmy G have to be the guy that throws you into a game or, completes a comeback. And they did that for 3/4 of the game.
Yeah.
Basically, they did it for until there was 7 minutes left in the game, and then they just went away from it, and we saw it. Everything just crumbled, and the Chiefs just took over.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
It showed you kind of who was the more composed team out there, and
right.
It really came into the end who was the better team, and it's you kind of always said,
right.
Whoever wins is probably the better team. No, the Chiefs proved that they were the better team. They were down 3 times.
And Pat Mahomes is a monster.
3 times in the playoffs by 10 points or more, and they came back and won. Like, that's crazy to think that they had, I guess to say, the right mindset to come back every single time from being down 10. Didn't let it get to them every single time. Yeah, we're in the playoffs. Yeah, we're in a big moment, but we still got this. And I think that's really a credit to Andy Reid. And I think this is a big win for him. And it really, like I said, he needed that Super Bowl. He needed it, and he's got it now.
Yep.
Now I don't know if he's just going to ride into the sunset with the Chiefs.
I was so happy for him to get that win, and when you have Pat Mahomes on your team, you're never out of a game.
No.
And it showed it the entire playoffs. Like, you're down 10 points to the Titans and the Texans and the Niners, and they come back and win every game. Like, you're never out of it when you have Pat Mahomes.
I saw The Onion had a story about how Patrick Mahomes wanted to thank Ryan Pace for not letting him go to the Bears and play for the mediocre Bears and ruin his career.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it sucks as a Bears fan. There's just no denying it. The last night kind of sucked as a Bears fan. I mean, in all honesty, it wasn't even Mahomes' best game.
No, he didn't play crazy good, but he in the moments where they needed him, he came up big for them.
Right, he clutched it late.
He made sure that when they needed him most, he was there, and Jimmy G was not. He was not. He had moments when he could have hit Sanders there at the end. That's game. That
was a chance.
That's Garoppolo MVP right there, and that's
I
Super
agree.
Bowl.
Yeah, that was a big missed opportunity for sure.
Wide open.
For sure.
Wide open. But any last thoughts, even like on the Bears? I just don't see much happening with this Bears team. Hopefully they fix up the offensive line. But other than that, I don't see a lot of change. Maybe the running back. I think we're gonna have Montgomery next year. I actually think that he deserves another year. I mean, he needs a good offensive line. He needs more of a chance. I mean, he had no chance this year with this offensive line. It's just no one had any chance with this offensive line. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be offensive line. I think is going to be the biggest priority. I think that's where you're going to see the most changes. I think if I were to make like a bold prediction for the offseason, I could see the Bears going and picking up a great to very good wide receiver option.
It'd be nice
that would be my bold
have another weapon beside Allen Robinson out there that we can kind of go to. And like I said, Anthony Miller, I like him as maybe a 3. But we need that 2 because Allen Robinson is the one. He can be the one. He's a very good wide receiver, but we need more options for Mitch Trubisky.
What do you think about chances on A-Rob getting a long-term extension?
I think he gets it. I think he wants to be with the Bears, which is kind of crazy that he would. Why would if you really look at the Bears, why would any wide receiver ever want to play for the Bears? We've never had a good quarterback.
Well, but on that point though, A-Rob, if he stays, is on pace to break records.
Brandon Marshall.
So I mean, it's
Marshall,
like Brandon Marshall
break records for
his records. Yeah.
Hey, I think what I'd like to do real quick is talk about any notable commercials. Does anybody have any commercials that
I
stood
like
out to them
the Groundhog Day one with Bill Murray. I thought that was a great one.
That one was good. That was one of my favorites too. Yeah.
I liked the Tom Brady one just because it was such a mind fuck.
Well,
from, like,
yeah,
I liked that one.
he
posted.
led
That was
and
pretty
it was just
funny. I liked
Hulu.
that one.
I wonder how much
Yep,
Hulu.
I
I
like
wonder
that.
how much Hulu had to give Tom Brady for that commercial.
You know which
probably
one I
less
was
than the
wondering
Patriots,
about with them? Oh man, which one was it? There was one commercial that had R2D2 and C3PO in it. Do you guys remember which one that was?
Mm-mm. I do not.
Mm-mm.
I was wondering because it was a big name brand, but I was wondering it was like a 30-second commercial, which they said cost $5.6 million.
Oh yeah.
And then to also have Star Wars properties licensing in there,
Oh god.
that's like a $10 million commercial.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy?
For
crazy.
30 seconds.
And I can't even remember what it was.
Google made a commercial that pretty much said, "We know everything you guys do."
Well, yeah.
That was
that's not obvious.
crazy. It was like, yeah, we know everything you've ever searched on your phone. So that's that.
Well, just burn your phones before you die.
Yeah, if they want to know what, that's on them. If they want to know what we're searching on our phones.
Just a bunch of horse racing tips.
Yeah.
That's all I got. So
What place are the Blackhawks in today? What place are the
how,
Bulls?
how do you spell this?
Are the Bulls an 8th seed or the 9th seed right now? Oh, they're 7 games under 500. How are they even in the 8th seed? Oh, the East stinks. My phone. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, that's great.
Then I go in a
Well,
rabbit
if
hole
you're
like,
Trump,
oh, how?
if you're Trump, it's
What if they make the 8th seed and they somehow get maybe the 7th or 6th and then they kind of make a run? Who knows?
what state is the Kansas City Chiefs located in?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. That's a mistake that I would
Whoopsie.
probably make.
Whoopsie.
But yeah. Pigoy, you want to know anything about your Vikings?
They need O-line and defensive backs, so we'll see at the combine.
We'll see.
So
We'll see.
I'm done.
You're done.
Done
Zach,
till the combine.
Zach Levine is in the 3-point contest. I thought he was maybe going to be in the dunk contest, but I thought that was maybe if he was only an all-star. I don't know. Yeah, kind of got snubbed as an all-star too. Do you guys think he deserved it?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, just by the definition of being an all-star is like a player who exceeds. I don't know. I guess you can look at it from two frames of mind. Is an all-star somebody who plays on an elite level amongst the NBA or somebody who plays on an elite level amongst their team? Because if you're looking at just how much an individual affects their team's outcomes, I would say by that perspective, yes, he is. I think he's one of the only legitimate pieces on the Bulls, and a lot of the times he's the reason that they're in games at all. But I guess if you look at it like on an NBA-wide, spectrum, then maybe not. I mean, he's probably close to taking that final position, but it just depends on how you look at it.
If you look at this Bulls roster, though, he is the only player that a team in playoff contention would want to trade for.
I saw that Thad Young might get some trade talk.
Well, yeah, that's
pretty
just
soon.
it's kind of he's a veteran, and it would be good for maybe some teams. He's played well, but I think really and truthfully, Zach LaVine is he's the biggest. He's the best player on this team, and they said probably the biggest piece on the trade block for the Bulls if they were going to. I don't think they're going to, but I know teams are interested in Zach LaVine if the Bulls were willing to trade for him. And I think maybe that in itself maybe makes him an all-star. I don't know.
Well, I think legitimately, and I want to pose this question to you both, legitimately, with what they have now, if you took Boylan out of there and put in a competent coach, do you think they'd be any better?
No,
Like honestly,
no. I
Yes.
really do not.
Debate.
Maybe. Well, what I think is maybe like with the X's and O's, and maybe they'd be a few games better. But like that roster's still not there. The roster's is still.
But
not
that's
there.
my thing. Is like, that's my thing. To your point, like the roster's not there, but like the ability to put certain players in the game in games that you can win in like close games down the stretch. I think somebody can do that better than Jim Boylan can.
What I would say, I don't think they would be better, but I would feel better about the team. I'd feel like there's more.
Yeah.
There's
I agree with that.
a light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. But right now, there's nothing. It's just the hallway is dark.
You can't even see the tunnel with Jim Boylan.
No, it's because he just.
Well, the biggest argument I've seen against Boylan is this, and I think it's something that I personally agree with. A lot of times, and I mean a lot of times, the Bulls are up at half. Yeah. And then you go into the second half, and good coaches make adjustments and finish the game, and Boylan does not.
No, and he doesn't know when to call timeouts. It doesn't seem like he knows when he should be coaching up the right players. He's trying to coach up the random players on the bench, and this isn't high school. I understand. You want some of these guys to be good, but you got to look at more like that, the Kobe White and the players that are going to most likely try and be there for the Bulls going forward. But no, he doesn't understand that. He's trying to make every single... I understand you want all the players to be good, but you got to understand the players' skill set and where he's at.
Yeah, and what they can give you,
and what their upside is. And when there's 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and that's when you want to call a timeout down 25 because you want to coach up some random player. Like, that's not what we need. We need you to focus on the other maybe 7 to 8 players, 9 players on the team that you need to focus on. And it just doesn't seem what he wants to do.
Right.
So.
Right, and that like, to your point, Zach, is like his job is not to like go out there and win like 60 games because he can't do that. His job is to get the players out there and see what you got, for the coming years. But he can't even manage his fucking timeouts, let alone put the right players in the right spots to win games.
Or try and get some of these guys.
He couldn't be any more lost.
Try and get some of these guys to be good enough that you could trade them at the trade deadline for maybe some picks and some pieces or something like that. Like, well, we got nothing. We got nothing at this point. Like I said. It's either Thaddeus Young, which we would probably get for a few players, not really much going on there, or Zach LaVine, and that's it. No one wants anyone else on this team.
No, like this is basketball. We're past basketball purgatory. We're in basketball hell.
It just sucks.
Like fully submitted to basketball hell.
Super Bowl Monday. People have a petition out that we want Super Bowl Monday to be a national holiday. We all have it off. Will never happen. Not going to happen, but I would absolutely love for it to happen. I think we should more look at it being on a Saturday. I understand that's crazy. It's the NFL. But they have 2 weeks. What is bumping it up one day matter? Maybe like a 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock game on a Saturday. I would love it.
I'm
okay with that.
I don't think we need a holiday for it, honestly.
No, we don't need a holiday. And if we did say the Saturday, it would be Sunday off, so we wouldn't need the holiday. But I think it is funny that it seems like you can have a petition for whatever you want. I think there's a website that you can just start it on, and if you get enough people to
change it up.
You could.
To sign it.
You can outlaw pineapple on pizza. Go ahead.
I had that today. Don't you dare.
That's wrong.
What?
Pineapple pizza's the worst.
Oh my. Mitch.
I have sparked a controversy.
Okay, but listen, here's the reason. I have legitimate grounds to make this defense because I live with a vegetarian wife who gets pineapple on her pizza every time nearly. Listen to me. Listen to this, okay? You have a pizza. You got yourself a pie. You put good money into that pie. You get half and half, like in my situation. Half of it's pineapple, and I normally get a meat, either pepperoni, Canadian bacon, or chicken. That's normally my top 3. And they slice it, and they cut it into the 8 pieces, right? And if I get one of those side pieces and I take a bite, and there's a little sneaky pineapple in there, all of a sudden I go from savory pizza to sweet pizza uninvitedly, and it ruins my whole experience because now I have a lingering pineapple taste in my mouth. You know what? Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
I think
What do you got to say to that?
it's absolutely delicious. Little
Zach is
pineapple
floored by your
pineapple with some Canadian
Floored by-
bacon on it. Oh,
Oh, so you're doing a mix though. So you're not really doing a pineapple pizza. You're doing like a
yeah,
Hawaiian.
it was
Right.
it was from Legrato's.
Well, I mean, okay, I think personally, I would say there's a distinction
Oh my
between
gosh, here we
a
go.
pineapple only
The backtrack.
and no.
No, I get
because
this. I get this.
Oh,
yeah, see, because when I hear somebody say pineapple pizza, it's pineapple as your topping. That's it. That's gross. But if you're doing like a Hawaiian, that's like a different thing to me. It's like getting chicken versus, I don't know, like a buffalo chicken or a barbecue chicken pizza. Different pizzas.
Grilled chicken. Yeah.
we'll agree to disagree. Speaking of food debates, we had this on our typical Chicago fan Twitter account today. Waffles versus pancakes. Yesterday, Matt brought it up, I think, on the show, and we had a poll. I think pancakes ended up winning. Mitch, are you waffles
I'm looking right
or
now.
are you pancakes?
So let me clarify something real quick. Are we saying as a breakfast food or just in general?
In general.
You only have these two choices.
Yeah, you only have them.
But right, we're talking like just any time of the day, or are we talking breakfast specifically?
Whenever.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you had to
I
pick
would-
between pancakes or waffles, what do you
Right
think?
now.
Yeah, I would say that's a tough one.
Right.
I'm gonna go waffle. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go waffle.
I'm pancakes. I'm a big. I like
if we're
chocolate chip
talking-
pancakes. I love all the pancakes.
Oh yeah.
I like waffles just because I feel like I can go sweet or savory with them, whereas pancakes, I'm pretty much stuck in the sweet category. That's pretty much my only reasoning.
Not true.
Now I understand that, like, I saw that this sparked a sub debate of like, okay, it's pancakes, waffles, breakfast pizza, French toast. Like the frickin' arsenal of breakfast foods came out of the woodwork today.
Mhm.
But like, it's just the debate: pancakes or waffles. I got pancakes, but if we're going breakfast foods in general, French toast.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Yeah, that's a fair debate. I will say this: when we were in Maine in October, we went to it was called the Miss Portland Cafe, and I got some like fresh Vermont maple syrup on some pancakes. They may have been the best I've ever had in my life. And if I could have those all the time, I'd be a pancake guy for sure. But
Now here's a question for you. Okay, now question one: do you get eggs with your pancakes?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you do them sunny side up?
No.
See, I do like the stack of pancakes, put a little sunny side egg on top of it, and just pop the yolk, run over the pancakes with the syrup. Oh my god,
That's
game
different.
changer, absolute
That's
game changer. Zach is so disgusted with this take right now. He is so disgusted right now.
Why? Why? Why are you
No,
like
I'm
a
not.
syrup only guy?
Your facial reaction was like, this guy's fucking nuts.
No.
It was anger. It did look angry.
No, my mom came down the stairs actually.
But
I was actually just like confused.
yeah, that's
No,
my breakfast.
I like.
breakfast hack
I'm
is
not.
the pancakes.
I'm not against
Yeah.
waffles. I like pancakes and I like
Yeah,
waffles.
I like waffles.
Have you guys ever had chicken and waffles?
Oh, absolutely
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
Fantastic.
See, to me, that's where the waffles get a point for me because I don't feel like. I mean, is there like a savory pancake dish?
No. No, probably not. But
Versatility.
Chocolate chip pancakes, savory.
oh, I am a big fan of the chocolate chip pancakes, though.
Just load up with
Yeah,
butter,
they're good.
slap
I
the
agree with
butter
that.
on it,
Uh,
pop an egg on top of it. Be terrific.
maybe I'll have to do like a Casey's pizza review tomorrow. Breakfast pizza. tomorrow.
Ooh,
Put some
Casey's
hot sauce
pizza.
on the pizza. It'd be terrific.
Ooh, hot sauce on the egg and sausage breakfast pizza. That's good.
Yep, I love doing a little
That's
Casey's
good.
breakfast pizza with some hot sauce. Is terrific.
So yeah, I'll be looking out for that this morning. I'll be filming myself eating a Casey's piece of pizza, that'll look awesome. Maybe I'll have somebody. I'll just have somebody at Casey's film me do it.
Have them review it too.
Yeah, maybe I'll buy a whole pizza. Just like how Dave does it.
That's my sweet corn Saturday and Sunday hack is just get a big old Casey's breakfast pizza and just go to town on it.
It's very good. Any
Yes.
post show thoughts, boys?
Go ahead,
Nothing.
Mitch. I got. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Would you rather the Hawks make the playoffs or the Bulls make the playoffs?
The Hawks.
Hawks.
I think they have a
Hawks,
way
yes.
better
Because here's
chance
the
of
thing.
actually winning.
And I was
something.
listening. Yes, I was listening to Redline Radio today from last week because I was so behind on my shows. But like, if you get the Hawks against the Blues in the first round, like, just give me all of that.
Yeah, right.
God
Especially with
damn it,
them
that would be so
booing
awesome.
Patrick Kane after he scored the goal in the All-Star game. It's like I need that back in my life. Like I
agree.
hate the
the
St.
Bulls
Louis Blues.
playoffs?
I just don't. I don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
If you get the Bulls, they're gonna get waxed by the Bucks in the first round. So like the Bulls,
The Bulls
miss
have
it, get the lottery,
zero
get the Hawks
chance
in.
of winning an NBA championship. If the Blackhawks made the
Yes.
playoffs, there is an actual chance that they could win a Stanley Cup.
They look good.
Not saying they're
recently.
going to, but
I
there's,
really do. They look good.
I
Recently.
mean, there's just the thing
They
is
do.
there's zero chance for the Bulls. Zero. And I hate to be that way, but
Well, and I also think how many years would y'all say Kane or Tays have left?
4.
4. I was gonna say 5. Yeah, so
4 or
probably
5.
less than a half a decade.
somewhere around there.
I want to see them at least make one more run while they're in their career.
And I
Because
think
they've missed it the last 4 years.
they're
Yeah.
in a great spot. They're kind of getting in that wild card spot. Maybe kind of get up there,
Yeah.
get yourself in there right before playoff time, sneak into the playoffs, and then
Sneak on.
make
Let's do it.
a run, even like the Blues did last year. To make anything could happen in the NHL playoffs. Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to get a hot goalie and off we go.
Let's go. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Tuesday, February 4th. It's everything. Mitch, do you have anything?
No,
Nothing.
no, I'm all
You're
good.
good. But thank you for joining me. Pigoy at TCF Pigoy on Twitter. Mitch Prentice at Mitch R. Prentice on Twitter. Follow the main page at typical_Chicago. Follow me on Twitter at ZLilja, LILJATCF. Instagram, Facebook, type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. Go on YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe, watch the videos, like the videos. Let us know what you think in the comments of the videos. And then wherever you get your podcast from, subscribe, rate, review. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Find us on there. Like I said, we put up all the TCF morning shows and the Typical Chicago Fan podcast. Shout out to The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyotter.com. Get this beautiful mug right here on there. Themuddyotter.com with the beautiful TCF logo. The Muddy Otter on the bottom. Like I said, go to their Instagram and Facebook page. Follow them on there, themuddyotter.com. And Score Trader. The Iowa caucus is going on as we speak. So go on there, start selling and trading candidates on there. Kind of get into the flow of it. Go on to the Apple Store, search Score Trader, download the app, make an account, and just kind of figure it out as you go. And maybe that will get you into politics a little bit more here when you kind of have a fun thing with that, with you selling and trading and selling candidates like it's stocks, and just kind of going with that. But again, that is Score Trader, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And go to the Apple Store, search Score Trader, and download that app and make an account. I think that's it. Mitch, anything else? Pigoy has left us, actually.
Vikings suck. That's
Yeah,
it.
there you go. Someone say something if the Vikings don't suck. Crazy. All right, we love you all.
I didn't hear.
See ya.